Hi, it's John Taffer from Bar Rescue. Did you know the second building in America was a tavern? When I built my new restaurant franchise concept, Taffer's Tavern, I thought back to the roots of what makes a tavern, timeless character, all while delivering an unbelievably delicious food and beverage experience. That paired with my 40-plus years in the industry provides a clear roadmap to success. Do you have what it takes to be a Taffer's Tavern franchisee? If so, I'd love to hear from you. Visit franchise.tafferstavern.com.
Welcome to today's podcast brought to you by U.S. Bank. Imagine a world where your moneymaker is your hobby. Well, you won't have to. U.S. Bank takes pride in being the extra push people need to turn their dream job into reality. With friendly advice, setting realistic goals, and being there, supporting them with every step in their journey, just like a friend or partner would. It's time to turn your side gig into something bigger. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Now let's tune into today's episode.
After a month hiatus, we are back.
We're back.
Great Match Generator is back. I am your host, Danny Kukler. Adam Yuri's also with me. Bay.
We're back. That's
and somehow wrestling Twitter has gotten worse.
It's
I take a month off.
Yeah.
And somehow it's got insufferable. But I just ignore it. It's well, ignorance is bliss.
Yeah. Sure is.
As I sip my Pepsi. And when I see a lot of the drama now, I'm like this.
Yeah.
As a lot of you are not going to see this.
Yeah.
But
I thank God for Discord. That way I can go off in private about some of the stuff. Because the last thing was just, the last week has just been awful.
Denise Salcedo stuff. Oh my God. Come on. We're probably doing ourselves no favors, but we don't care.
Yeah, I don't care. Look, Bix was right. That's it.
Bix was right.
Yeah. I feel like doing
right.
the CM Punk tweet about. Have you seen the CM Punk tweet where he's like, no matter what, always remember, Bret was right. That's how I feel about this. Bix was right.
He's normally right about 90% of the time. A shock? No.
No.
People come to their senses and then apologize to him and then say, oh, we're sorry, we're sorry, and then treat him like shit again.
Yeah.
It's a lovely world of wrestling Twitter. It's so lovely that Zareen is getting a promotion of Wrestling Observer Live. Oh. God, these people need freaking lives besides wrestling.
Yeah. It's because I do my two jobs and whatever, but it's just I can't imagine taking this so seriously to where I'm a stand for a fucking wrestling podcaster. Or
a wrestling company or anything.
Yeah.
Holy shit. It's immaculate how a lot of
I
these
tell you
people
this
work.
much. I'm never going to tell a wrestling podcaster that I am starstruck by them.
Oh, that was glorious.
First off, fuck you, Andy. I was like, oh.
Bruh, you caused a lot of trouble. We should be enjoying wrestling. Wrestle joy. We can't complain about it, so we have to enjoy it. Shut the fuck up about that shit.
Dude, it's a horrible industry. There's bad stuff that needs to be said about every company. It can be a really bad place, a really bad industry. In fact,
the shitty industry. Come on, shut the fuck up about wrestling.
There's three there's 3 whole seasons of Dark Side of the Ring for you to watch. Like, yeah, that's
3 whole seasons, and probably 2 more coming.
Yeah.
Coming to a theater near you.
Yeah.
Enough of this bullshit. All bullshit in the grand scheme of things, and probably we're doing ourselves some favors by talking about it, but that's what we do on this show. We talk about it because, my God,
it's wrestling. If I'm going to beef with you over wrestling opinions, then it's just pointless.
If I'm going to beef over you over wrestling opinions, then you're not worth it. You are
not. Just block me and move on. Or I'll block you and
block me and move on. That's what I have to say at this point, because God, and I used to think like, oh, these people used to be so valuable with my time and energy, just being friends with them and stuff. No, they don't give a shit about me.
Yeah, it's wrestling Twitter. It's not real life. I mean, Twitter in general is not real life, but I don't take place or take part in like other subsections of Twitter. I guess basketball Twitter. Go Lakers.
I take part in music Twitter and Billboard Twitter, and it's sort of the similar thing where people gaslight people. Oh, it's a lot worse on Billboard Twitter because some of the participants are underage and are under the age of 18, and like it's unbelievable what happens there, because I'm like, some of you shouldn't even have social media accounts.
Yeah. Well, that happens in wrestling. We have 11-year-old reporters and shit now. We have children running around here training.
We're proving Lanza right every fucking week. We're proving Lanza right every week.
We have
the week after he makes that rant, wrestling Twitter's like, oh, hold my beer.
Yeah. Oh, you think we're too positive about WWE? I'll show you. I'll go do their pre-show for free.
Oh, we're winning no favors right now, but holy shit!
I had to see today. Okay,
NIL deals too. Oh.
Raw's ratings were terrible. NXT's ratings were terrible.
AEW's going to beat Raw this week, and it's going to be glorious.
What are people talking about? They're talking about how AEW is struggling with Rampage. Like, y'all just ignored. Like, I had to watch PW Insider today talk about that's. I don't care if I burn a bridge there. I had to watch them tweet about how Raw's audience was slightly down. They were down 25% in the demo from
5%.
From last week. They dropped 25% in a week. That's not. I don't want to hear about the
Becky
audience.
Lynch is not the man. Let's move on. Get the belt off of her.
Well, I have a bigger point about that, but I won't say
get to your bigger point. Let's.
So the third hour of Raw did such horrible numbers, and most of the downfall in the third hour was women in the key demo tuning out, and
people think women draw women.
Yeah,
it's men that watch women, you idiots.
Yeah, and I've had to hear all these horrible takes about AEW's women division. Oh, hey, Shirai on my TV. Yeah, I have to hear all these takes about AEW's women's division from people that wouldn't watch Stardom.
What they're talking about.
They wouldn't watch Stardom with a gun to their head, like, you know what I mean? And I can't say I'm like, a guy that really knows Stardom like that.
I'm not a guy that knows Stardom. But talk to James Boyd. Talk to Rich Latta.
Yeah, talk to Monroe.
Talk to our podcast boys over there. Yeah, they watch Stardom.
Yeah, I've started to watch because of Rich and James. because I was like, this stuff sounds incredible, and it's, you know, coming from people I trust. But it's like I saw a tweet today. It was like, who's the best female wrestler of 2021? And it's a picture of Britt Baker, Sasha Banks, Bianca Belair, and Deonna Purrazzo. All great talents in their own respective ways. Great. But you shouldn't talk about women's wrestling in 2021 without mentioning, I don't know, just Shuri, maybe? Like, like someone.
Who had that for Shuri and Unani?
Yeah.
I watched that match. That match was incredible.
Yeah, that was so I had my friend Monroe, she suggested I had her and someone else suggest a bunch of Stardom matches from like the past year. I was like, I want to get an idea of who's who, what's what. You know, like, of course they went with the one that Dave went 5.5 on or whatever he gave it. And yeah, that was
the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, that was incredible. A lot. I mean, all of it was incredible. And it's even just like the wrestling media people that talk about women's wrestling and like probably have never seen
a disingenuous because they want to prove WWE right.
Yeah. And it's like, dude, you really can't talk to me about women's wrestling if you don't know who Manami Toyota is.
You can't talk to me if you don't know who Akira Hawk is. You can't talk to me if we reviewed matches on you.
Yeah. I've been watching Joshi all day. I watched so I watched a match that's for next week's episode of this show. I watched Barely Legal 97. And then I just threw on a random Joshi match from our list, and I've just been watching that all day, like just as background noise. That's why this playlist is just loaded up an old angle from Stardom, apparently. But yeah,
you walk the walk. People don't walk the walk. They just chirp. I
don't want to have blind spots, so I wouldn't
afraid to have a blind spot. I'm not afraid. Here's the thing about this pot. I'm not afraid to say, I don't know.
Yeah.
There are better people out there to tell you what this is about.
Yeah.
I'm never going to stray you otherwise on integrity. That's something I'm never going to do because here's the thing. You gain credibility that way. And if you have a blind spot, you can either go and fill it, or no, you don't have the time to fill it and do it half-assedly. And you know what I mean?
I wouldn't want to be the guy that like just flat out talks about lucha without knowing lucha or whatever. You know what I mean? That's what I mean by having blind spots. Like, I'm okay with not being Cubs fan or Rob Viper or whoever, your lucha historians, but I'm also, not going to just constantly talk about AAA or whatever without, so. But I just the disingenuous takes about women's wrestling have really, really run amok.
It's just I just can't stand these disingenuous on all fronts.
And it's like these people just they just want everything to be like WWE. They don't want anything different. They think WWE's way of doing things is the way to do things. So then like they see like a complex storyline in AEW and they're like, oh, I don't get it. Or they see like, like we always joke around about like Bully Ray and his constant desire for heat. I watched the biggest ECW show of all time today. And what was the finish? The legendary babyface won a triple threat match and then beat the world champion after the triple threat match. They didn't need heat. They had Terry Funk go win the title because that's what you should do. Fucking heat.
I just had enough with all these disingenuous takes and all these people trying to one-up each other.
Yeah. Let's get into reviews. I'm sick of burying wrestling media.
Yeah, let's get into
Let's talk about positive stuff. I say that like I'm not totally going to bury parts of this match too. Because the first match would be Bruno and Superstar, right?
Right, Bruno and Superstar, which I don't know how to feel about this match.
So let me start with some positive here. I actually didn't realize until recently, listening to some Observer Hall of Fame audio. So I always thought Grand Wizard was a wild fucking name for anything. I've come to find out Ernie Roth was a gay Jewish kid that named himself the Grand Wizard to like poke fun at the Ku Klux Klan. I was stunned. I was like, that fucking rules.
Yeah, that rules. I did not even know that. That's incredible.
I heard Lanza say it because they were doing on the Patreon stuff. They were talking about him and his candidacy, his resume. I need to study him more. I feel like I'm pretty good about judging managers, and like, I guess that is a blind spot for me.
Yeah, but the Grand Wizard was great in this match. He was.
Yeah.
And he's up for Hall of Fame induction.
He's on the ballot.
He's on the ballot this year. I think he has good. I think
almost everyone ends up on the ballot has a case except for
Brie Bella.
God damn it.
Come on. You know it. Even Trish Stratus has a case. Come on, the Bella twins do not have a case. Come on. I don't care. I don't care what people are gonna bury me
talk
for.
About how they fan base that WWE still has. And then like I'm reading Thurston's tweets today and I'm like, where's the women's base? Where are they? You guys went triple aluminum in the third hour. You guys did shit in the demo. Where is this? Anyway, whatever. We'll get back to Bruno and Superstar, two deserved Hall of Famers. So the crowd's hot as shit. Those, like the old territory crowds are like just this different type of hot. It's absolutely insane to watch. And I don't think we can ever go back to that. I like the start where like Billy went to like sneak attack on Bruno. Bruno turned around and caught him, and Billy got all scared. I like some of the striking in this, and then there's just like this test of strength that goes forever. And then there's Bruno's comeback, which Billy sold really well. And then there's that long like bear hug. And then there's like the shitty count out finish. And I'm just like, this is everything I would hate. Like I hate bad finishes, especially. I've said that on here before. And I know like that was how WWWF did things back in the day. You would do a shit finish on the first match with Bruno to run it back for the next match and whatever. And you'd get 2 or 3 matches out of whatever opponent. But like, I don't know. I didn't think it was good. I went 3 and I called. I had to call. Like we had to call each other about it.
We did.
I gave it like I felt like I needed to give it a rating, so I gave it 3.5. But then I was just.
We hope you're enjoying this podcast sponsored by U.S. Bank. U.S. Bank has had endless stories of taking side gigs to the next level. Their recipe to success is simple, providing the support and partnership you need, just like a family member would. Bringing you that peace of mind that is much needed, but also sprinkling you with confidence to strive for greatness. because the sky's the limit and they'll make sure you get there. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Back to the episode.
Find everything from food to toys to fashion when you shop Meijer. This week, get your holiday ham for just 89 cents a pound. Limit 1. Buy one, get one 50% off when you mix or match select toys from brands like Hot Wheels, Paw Patrol, Barbie, Nerf, Marvel, Jurassic World, Fisher-Price, and more. And buy one, get one for $1 on fashion boots, winter boots, or slippers for the family. Plus, you can save $15 on your first Meijer home delivery or pickup order with code FIRST15. Exclusions apply. See all the deals in the Meijer app.
Like, I don't even know. Like, I don't know how to rate this. I don't think I was like doing the for its time thing enough for it. You said you didn't give it a rating, correct?
I gave it about 3.5. I finally settled on it, but the bear hug spot really took me out of it, and then the counter, it was like perfectly fine.
I mean, it had the same casing of every Randy Orton match, so at least they weren't doing this in 2021. Yeah, it's just a weird, I don't know. I said this when we had to do that Backlund match too. Like the old New York territory matches, just it's weird to me. I can't do it. What we got next?
Then we go to Nobuhiko Takada versus Yoshiaki Fujiwara from 10/25/85. 89, not 85. My goodness.
I loved this. I think I like shoot style more than you. Like we kind of talked about that on the phone yesterday.
Yeah, we did. My conversation was, I don't know how to rate shoot style because shoot style to me is more MMA.
It's worked MMA, but it's still like, I don't know. I like it. I have somewhere around here, I have an 8-disc set of the best of UWFI. So clearly that's something I'm into. I'm a big fan of Takada.
Takada comes off more of a superstar than Fujiwara here.
Yes.
That's something that
they start off with just like this great technical work. Takada got, okay, so like watching it with sound, like Takada hit they got a near finish off of, they got a false finish off of a leg kick.
Yeah. I thought that was very neat. I thought that was great.
Losing my mind. Then the second half, like it just gets,
it builds on the legwork, which I really like the build of the legwork here by Takada. There was this one strike exchange towards the end that was just some of the best shit I'd ever seen. Okay, so I watched this a couple weeks ago. What was the finish? I have iffy finish down on my notes. So it was a 4-4. Then the next knockdown wins. Takada kicks out Fujiwara's leg for a close victory. The rest team, yeah.
I was kind of iffy about that, but I do like the knockdown rules and stuff. And I saw it felt a lot like what influenced the pure rules, like the pure rules ROH matches, like the structure of this.
This felt more like pro wrestling than the other.
I went 4 stars even on this. I probably sound like I liked it more than that. I went 4 even.
Your review sounds like a 4.5. I went 4 even too.
Yeah.
Like the storytelling elements of this match were really good.
Yeah. And I really liked the shoot style stuff. I was really glad to. I guess we can. Oh well, what was the? Well, we can't really transition in the next match with it, but
yeah, let's transition. Let's transition to Malachi and Kiyoshi.
Tamura. Yeah. So they this also, like, the psychology of it, like just how over just a takedown is, and just you like tease, like there was a point where they tease a leg bar and it was just like the leg kick near fall. I was just amazed at this. Like he just teased the leg bar and the crowd's like, oh my God, like this could be it. And that's like towards the beginning of the match. And it just they just get like, there was another point where Tamura's like, he hits a head kick and then he's just kicking this dude's ass, and then there's a takedown and a hold, and the crowd's just going crazy. The crowd went crazy for the 10 counts, the 10 count teases too. I really liked this. Again, I'm much more into shoot style than most.
Yeah, this was pretty good.
Yeah,
he submits him with the cross arm breaker.
Yeah,
to end.
And that kind of came out of. I liked how that kind of came out of nowhere, because you.
Oh yeah, it did come out of nowhere. Like Takada, like sort of like flew into that.
If you're doing shoot style, you should have flash finishes more often than, say, AEW or whatever. You should have flash finishes. Yeah, I really like that it was sudden finish. And I'm a stickler on finishes, obviously. So I went 4 1/4 on this.
Like this is more. I went 3 3/4.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I was really into this. Again, I really, really like shoot style.
I just can't. Maybe it's my blinders on when I'm watching the shoot style.
Well, are you like, do you watch MMA much?
Yes.
Okay, I just didn't know that. See, I'm really big into MMA too, so I guess that might be why.
It's hard for me when I can watch it.
Yeah.
Why watch pro wrestlers do it when you have actual Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? That's just my opinion, and I don't want people to discount my opinion as something as gospel. A lot of people do enjoy it.
I mean, our star ratings were right in line with each other. I mean, we were a little bit off on this one, but we had the same thing for the last one. Right. So
I like it, but I don't love it. I don't think it's the greatest wrestling ever.
Right. I wouldn't go that far, but I do enjoy stuff like that. All right. So now
we'll talk about the carry job.
Yes. The best match of Kevin Nash's fucking career.
God. Bret worked his ass off. Oh.
And Bret had to get so creative with this stuff too. Like, you know, they start off taking the turnbuckles off and, you know, doing kind of like character work.
This felt like a fight.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, Bret goes straight for his leg at the start. That, you know, no subtlety on the story. You just go straight to the leg, and, you know, because that's, you know, the time, that's how you did a big man, little man match. Bret gets his ass kicked, sells like no other. I mean, Bret's one of the 5 to 10 best wrestlers of all time. My number 1 or number 2 favorite wrestler of all time. So I'm biased. I can't, you know, whatever. They just like the early jackknife tease, like you didn't get early finish teases like that back then all that often. Bret pulls out, like he has to tie this man up with an electrical cord, and like that
was
spot,
an unbelievable spot.
yeah, that spot is like the perfect descriptor of this match. It's Bret being a genius and Kevin Nash laying down and not doing anything. Bret takes.
Oh, it wasn't Nash. It was
yeah.
It was the grandmas did more work than Kevin Nash in this match.
Yeah. They there's the tape, dude. Bret takes that wild table spot. Dude, that was sick. And then like I love that. Okay, so that's one of my favorite finishes of all time, and I'm surprised nobody really does it all that often, where Bret's so beat up that he can't even like stand for the power, like to take the power bomb. Like he's just,
and then he cradles him.
I don't see a lot of guys do that, like anything like that. I guess like Omega when he wrestled Okada and he like just claps before he could take the Rainmaker. I guess that's kind of like that. I'm sure there's been other ones that I'm just not thinking of. I'm sure Punk's probably done something similar, or Danielson. But like, yeah, it's just something so creative that you don't see enough.
Right.
4.5. I feel like I went
That's
high.
why I went to.
Okay. I felt like I went high because I worry about like going forward if we do certain guys matches. Bret, I think I said this when we did that Great Muta match last time, where I was like, I'm biased, like just putting it out there. This is one of my favorite dudes ever. Yeah, 4.5.
I thought Nash's like sound was pretty top notch too.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that Nash did do in this match.
Yeah. Which, I mean, the guy made a career off not selling, so that was good.
Right. So next week, we are watching the Barely Legal 6-man Michinoku Pro match,
which I watched today to get ahead of it. I just want to.
I watched the stage, which is the Michinoku Pro 3rd year anniversary show from October '96, which is the predecessor to
Yeah.
5 stars. But we'll get to that in a later episode.
Yeah.
El Hijo del Santo versus Pelino, Monterrey, 10/18/98. I know the Barely Legal tag on YouTube. I don't know that. I know Jushin Liger versus El Samurai is on New Japan World.
Yes.
That's a Super Juniors final, 4/30/92. And then I think this is on YouTube too. Gary Lawler versus Story Funk Jr.
I searched for it.
Memphis.
I almost watched that earlier. It's on YouTube. So is the Felino match, and yeah. So we should, yeah, because I think I've watched the Felino match on YouTube recently, but I just didn't take notes. Yeah, so those should all be available. I'll post links if anyone needs them. I'll post them in our Discord server.
I'll post everywhere in the Greatest Match Ever Discord, the Greatest Wrestler Ever Discord, which everyone should join. Come on, give Grimace some company.
I joined, and one of my buddies joined.
A lot of good discussion. We do watch parties every Saturday. Good time. Joshi night on Sundays.
I joined last week, and I just haven't been active because obviously I have my own server. And then like when you guys were doing watch parties, I was at work because I was doing double shifts all weekend.
Yeah. I'm just advertising for the Greatest Wrestler Ever.
I need to be more active in there, and I need to be more active in the Social Suplex Discord also.
Yeah, you can find us pretty much on the Greatest Wrestler Ever Discord, the Voices of Wrestling Discord, Adam's Non-Toxic Wrestling Fans Discord, and the Social Suplex Discord. Those are the 4 Discords we were basically on, correct?
Yeah. Also shout out to Between the Sheets. I'm on their Discord server.
I'm on their Discord.
Yeah. Shout out to them, of course.
Between the Sheets. $5 a month fee.
Yeah, support their Patreon. It's some of the best audio you'll hear. Yeah.
Plugging other people's shit, but we're not plugging our own shit. DJ D Cooks on Twitter.
Off. Shout out to, like I said, our Discord servers, Social Suplex, Podcast Network. Follow
One Nation Radio.
Yeah, shout out to One Nation Radio, of course.
Style.
So follow me.
AEW Match Guide too.
Huh?
AEW Match Guide.
Yeah. Follow me at Adam Yuri 4. If you followed my old account, I'm sorry. We covered that one before.
We covered that. We covered that. Some dick.
What's your
My
handle?
Twitter account never got suspended or anything, so it's at DJ D Cooks. And yeah, coming up in a week or so on my radio show, Hard and Heavy, I'm gonna have Mark Grondin, the curator of Spectrum Pulse, on, and we're gonna talk about the year in music in 2021. I'm probably gonna post that in the Great Match Generator podcast feed. So a little bonus audio.
And plug it in all of our servers, of course, and Twitter. Yeah, this was a fun show.
Yes, this was a fun show. So we bashed the wrestling media. We got ourselves in trouble.
Yeah, fuckers. Is AEW slowing down? God damn it! No, we're not doing
Is AEW slowing down? Oh God,
we're not doing.
We're not doing this again. Who wrote that article? Just call him out.
Oh, it's not an article. It was the tease for Jimmy Van and Sean Ross Sapp's podcast today. Today, where Raw and NXT did record low ratings.
What was NXT's rating?
They did a 0.11 in the demo.
Oh.
They're getting so close. They were 48th on cable. They're like one. Okay, so the Lakers played last night, so that's pretty good competition. But I don't even know what takes away viewers from NXT anymore. But they're getting real close to dropping down below 0.1. And when they do,
that happens. Bye.
Yeah, I don't know. USA just kind of does whatever Vince wants. Like Thurston posted an article or a chart today of like all these different times where like SVU reruns did way better than NXT.
Yeah, that's funny.
Like, the chart was all SVU, and then I guess like the charts, like he didn't have access to the name of which movie it was in that slot, so it was just like movie. Thursday 7 p.m. And it did like a 0.4, so it was like just like
pre-movie.
They got beat by movie
better number.
But you would movie.
Fine. We need to go.
NXT 2.0 go.
NXT 2.0 go. That's how we're ending this.
Yes.
It's Macy's one-day sale tomorrow with deals of the day for everyone on your gift list. Like 60 to 70% off coats for him and her. The perfect winter boots, booties, and more, 40 to 50% off. And snuggle up with festive comforter sets, just $19.99. Plus, everyone gets $10 Macy's money for every $50 spent. Savings off sale and clearance prices, exclusions apply. See Macy's.com/Macy's money for details.
When your dad started building a man cave in your bedroom, you knew it was time to start building something for yourself. Let's job it up. At CareerBuilder, we're ready to help at every stage of your search. Build a resume, get industry tips and advice, and apply to multiple jobs in just one click. Start your search at CareerBuilder.com.